is just huge. Didn't seem to have too big of an impact last game, but we'll see where it goes this game. Initial fighter engagement is over A. Well, I say engagement, but it's more like initial stay away from each other and say hi. Nobody wants to lock up this early. Kent's Young is about to move into C. Those 4 islands provide excellent cover for him, but... Ooh, huge strafe by Whaler. That's a fighter squad gone. But can't engage over a Gearing. Not when you've got a Yu Yang there. He's starting to bleed planes. Congo Pride is in C. And with Smoke Yu Yang, they're not going to be able to spot him for a couple minutes. And Deepwater Torps mean the Gearing is completely safe in that smoke. And now the Des Moines is within radar range, so they are lighting up that Gearing. Got to force him to move off the cap.
All right, I think the Yu Yang is probably using radar right now to light up Congo Pride.
Yeah, the Des Moines wasn't in range, so it had to be the Yu Yang radar. He was playing with smoke last game, I believe. I really don't know. An environment with carriers not having smoke or defensive fire in a destroyer is just...
Yeah, it really
risky.
places a very high demand on the friendly carrier to protect him.
100%. Also relies on having a good DD player, which, I mean, TNT is a very good DD player, but in a Gearing versus Hakuryu fight, I know who I'm taking every time. Bombers are heading over C, but I think the Yu Yang's positioning is such that, really, honestly, I don't think anything can shoot him unless they're cross-mapping him from A.
Yeah, he's being kept
Unless he
safe by the friendly
pushes
carrier.
out.
And not to mention,
And there goes the cap.
I think the Yu Yang is within the protective AA bubble of Des Moines, or close to it, anyway.
No, he is... yeah, he's, just on the very outer edge of the Des Moines AA bubble, but the problem is, his spotting range is 3 kilometers, and that puts him out of the Des Moines range, so... A pretty much seems to be a standstill here.
So far, nobody's hurting too much. Yu Yang and Gearing at C are at roughly equal health, give or take 1,000 or 2.
Yep, and A seems to be a pretty even engagement. Nobody's really, doing anything
cautious
there.
play all around. Very cautious play right now.
I think Kent is definitely... Well, I question this Montana move right here. You don't want to play Montana reversing Bowin like a Yamato. But we'll see how it turns out.
They do like to make an impact with their battleships.
Impact. Alright. The Gearing at C has moved into. And it's really looking like there's not going to be much contesting. He's going to
Impact's
shove him.
Montana near A is now moving forward at, I'd say, half speed.
Yeah, that Gearing is going to grab C, almost certainly. They really can't do anything to contest him. Those 4 islands are positioned in a way where there's really no way to spot him. And even if there was, there's no way to shoot him. At this point, I'm questioning why there's no attempt by either team for B.
I think both teams have radar ships that could light up B at a moment's notice.
Well, that's true. There
Oh,
are
well,
spots
I've
in the
got
cap.
some new information for you. Impact is going to be contesting B very shortly. Yep, I think he's going to nestle himself in a position that he feels is safe from return fire. It'll be within Des Moines radar range, but Des Moines couldn't fire at him.
Yeah, he can shove himself right up on that island, and I don't think anybody but the Montana and the Hindenburg all the way by A-cap are going to have an angle on him.
Oh my, the Des Moines has poked out.
Well, he's blind firing into smoke to try to reset the
Light
cap.
up, I think he can light up the Impact's gearing at B whenever he wants to.
Yeah, but he waited way too long. I really hope radar was on cooldown, because if not, that's a huge misplay.
He's using radar right now. He's firing at the gearing.
Yes, but if he had radar while the gearing was capping and didn't use it, then
Right. That B cap seemed to be very fast.
Tesh's gearing is moving into A. They kind of have to at this point. Both destroyers are on the other side of the map, and they are starting to lose points once again.
I think Kent's Yu Yang is low, but he did manage to escape.
Yeah.
So now we see Impact with a 75-point lead, and the lead is increasing. Looks like Kent are sending their Des Moines into B.
Well,
Ballsy, but that's what they're doing.
Ballsy, but really don't think they have. Well, see, that's the problem. They're gonna start getting cross-mapped by Montana.
Yeah, the Montana just took a shot at the Des Moines, but only overpins, I think.
Only overpens this time, but what happens? What happens next time Montana takes a shot at a broadside Des Moines? Des Moines isn't exactly the squishiest tier 10, is it? Well, I mean, it isn't, but it's also not the tankiest tier 10 cruiser. He is getting the cap, though.
Yep, a play had to be made. Perhaps this is it.
Ooh, and the Des Moines at A goes down for Kent. That could be huge if they do move a destroyer to contest.
Who caused most of the HP loss to that Des Moines?
Honestly, last time I checked, he was pretty high HP wise. I would assume that the Montana got some pretty nice shots through the bow. Nice strafe by Whaler on the enemy Hakuryu's planes.
Alright, Montana took another salvo at the Des Moines in B. Wonder how that goes.
I see it coming in. Shot looks good. And a pretty solid chunk of damage.
How much?
8K. Oh, right, I forgot. You can't see him. Whoops.
That's why I'm asking. You know, you were talking about earlier how this Montana was bow on, and that's not typically how you play it, although he's doing a good job of it. He was the Yamato in the previous match.
Yeah, I definitely think this map is definitely more of a Montana map. I mean, I would say that almost every map is more of a Montana map if we're being honest here. The thing about Yamato is it just doesn't have the anti-aircraft firepower.
Well, it's not like Montana's going to be stopping a concerted strike effort against it.
Well, it does have all those Bofors. And when you've got all those Bofors, who needs anything else? Couple hits on the Montana. He's not spotted, so
Kent's Des Moines is detected again. He's very low. He's in a very
yeah,
precarious
he's in a.
position there.
It's just gonna take one more cross map. He can't reverse,
Yep.
or he opens himself up to the
Oh,
Hindenburg.
incoming salvo from the Republic. Oh, he's down
800
to 800
HP. This is really close. Oh, Tash's gearing goes down. They're gonna lose the Des
Yeah.
Moines soon. It's
The Des Moines is healing, but
he's healing, but I mean,
the gearing will gun down the Des Moines.
yeah, that's a sentence you don't hear too often, but in this case, it's true. Another shots from the Republic.
No. He's still healing. He's healing pretty quickly now.
You can't out heal a Montana Republic. The Des Moines on A, Hindenburg as well. They are focusing this Des Moines. It's only a matter of time.
But what if he can get away?
If he can get away, that's a huge mistake by Impact. But again, at the same time, he keeps reversing. He's going to open himself to the Hindenburg.
Undetected.
1400 HP. He might actually. Blind shots coming in. Oh, and he goes down. Now, they are down 3 ships, but they also aren't too far. Well, they're going to lose the Hindenburg here, too. They're running out of ships. They're running out of firepower.
This is a foregone conclusion at this point, I think.
Yeah, I think with the loss of that Des Moines, this Hindenburg is about to go down. They're hugely down on health points. Yeah, Raining Taco goes down. Des Moines in B is going to cap it. The Yuyang in A is only down to about 2,000 hit
What
points.
are Kent striking with those torpedo bombers? Are they striking the Des Moines?
At this point, I think it's just a desperation play.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you don't have a choice here. You're down to 3 ships. If there's
you gotta make a
any
play.
chance. Yeah, I would say this game is over.
And to add insult to injury, Impact are capping A.
Well, if it's a foregone conclusion, might as well get it over with as fast as possible.
Right.
Shuts up by the Monty on Hindenburg Uber Sniper, but he's angling in. This game is done. All 3 caps are in Impact's favor. Huge ships and health advantage. It's looking like a pretty flawless victory for Impact. And with that, they will take the series. Impact is definitely the team in group stage to watch out for the most. If any of the group stage teams are going to pose a threat to the top 8 seeds that are already in quarterfinals next weekend, it's definitely going to be them.
So, Kingpin, you've got more strategic sense than I do and more experience with this. What would you say caused this loss in the second match? Do you have any sense about that?
Kent did not trade hit points well at all. Every engagement, they were just losing hit points, hit points, hit points. They didn't kill a single ship. They were unable to effectively, not to say they were unable to effectively do anything, but it really felt like they were not able to make any sorts of plays, any way, shape, or form. I think that they still have a pretty solid chance of pulling themselves out of the group stage, um, depending on how they perform in the next two games, obviously. If they manage to win them both, then they will move on. But it really does depend on their next set. Impact, as expected, is being a standard powerhouse. I don't think that really surprises anybody.
Yeah, Impact are well known. One of the very most capable clans on the server.
Yeah.
Top 10, I believe.
They were not top 10 this season in clan battles, actually. It surprised me.